Hello, today we're going to talk about lodestones and how to use lodestones. A lodestone is a naturally occurring magnet. It's also known as a magnetite. Okay, you can find these colored, and I do believe that they're not naturally colored. They come, naturally in like a gray, a black, and then they color them. This one is slightly green. Okay, and then you can find them in red, gold, maybe other colors, like they might color them pink or yellow or whatever. The ones I saw at the store I get them at, I saw green, reds, and gold. So I chose a green one because I'm going to use that today for a money abundance spell. If you are doing a love spell, you're going to want it probably in a red or a pink if they make those. And you're going to want two of those. You're going to want two representing you and the partner that you're trying to attract. Um, During my research, I did discover that they said that these stones can be genderized. So pointy lodestones would be male, and then more round ones would be female. So this one that I have here looks pretty sharp and pointy, so it would be declared a male stone. Um, that's just what I found during my research. If for some reason you have two pointy stones, for me, I would go ahead and use it anyways, even though, I'm a female, and I would just go ahead and use it anyways. So if you are like, getting your items like through the internet being shipped and you're like, oh no, but I tend to be not really a picky person when it comes to spell work and magic work. I adapt, but that's all up to you. Okay. And if you want to do it, very traditionally. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to show you how you do this for a money spell. Now, you're going to need several items, okay? The first item that they suggest traditionally is whiskey, okay? I don't have whiskey, so what I'm going to do, okay, is I'm going to spray my lodestone to cleanse it with this white sage spray because this is what I have. Now, if you do have whiskey, what you want to do is you want to actually drop it in a glass of whiskey to fully soak your lodestone, and then you want to pat it dry so that it is dry. Okay. Next, you're going to want some oil. What I have here is Art of the Roots Crown of Success oil. And then I did order some actual money oil that should be coming in the mail soon. But this is what I have, and this is for manifestation and bringing results. So I think it'll work perfectly here for this. The next thing you're going to, well, of course you're going to want a lodestone, guys. It's the most important, right? The next thing is money. So a bill of some sort. The higher the better, okay? I don't keep cash on hand, all right? And I don't want to just use my coins. So what I am doing, because I like to adapt, but you can be very, very cautious and traditional if you choose to. But what I'm doing, because my whole philosophy here is it's all about intent, it's all about belief, okay? If you can get past the tools, and it's all about imaginary energy, visualizing. So I go with, I don't need the actual specific tools, and I adapt a lot. So I have here $100 bills that I printed off. Okay. It's not, you can tell it's not the right size and everything. So I just printed this off, and I think it'll work because this represents $100 to me. Okay. So I have that. I also have a bowl. Okay. And then you can also have a pouch if you want to, take your lodestone with you and carry it around. Okay, and that is also something that you can do. Okay, so you can keep it in a bowl or put it on a plate, or you could put it in a pouch, put in your pocket. Okay. So I'm going to first off show you too that this is a magnetic stone, and I'm going to prove it, all right? Okay, so I have my lodestone and I have a magnet, okay? And you're going to see here that this is magnetic, okay? So if you find a stone and they're like, oh, this is a lodestone, check it, make sure it is magnetized, all right? So we are going to go ahead with our spell. I'm going to walk you through how this works, okay? So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cleanse my lodestone, okay? So we're sort of bringing it to life, if you will. These lodestones are alive. That's what when I read these, they talk a lot about how they have a life to it. You want to treat it like it's alive, sort of like animism, right? Like it has a spirit, and stones do have a spirit. Crystals have spirits, okay? And so we're going to treat it as this, okay? So we're like making a connection with it. Hello, magnetite. Hello, lodestone. Okay. And as I do feel this, I do feel an energy to it. And I do sense it's almost like it's like saying, hi, I'm here for you. Okay. So I'm going to cleanse this, all right, with my white sage spray. Okay. And that got pretty wet here. So I'm just going to rub it in a little bit. Soaking it in. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get a cloth actually, and I'm going to dry it, okay? Because when you put the oil on it, you're going to want it to be dry, okay? And what I would do here is I would bless the stone too, because I bless any of my tools, cleansing it, blessing it before I work with it, okay? Okay, so I dried my lodestone. Just gonna take a minute here just to cleanse and charge it. So the more that you feel it and you feel believing that what you're doing is going to matter here, that I think that gives you more results. Okay. So then what we're going to do, I'm going to take my $100 bill here, and I'm going to place my lodestone on it. Okay. And what you're going to do is you are going to, some of the versions that I read actually skip this step, okay? But then others said to do this, and so I'm going to do this, okay? You are going to baptize your lodestone and give it a name, okay? So whatever name just feels right and goes with your intention. So I am going to name and baptize my lodestone as Fortina, okay? And so what you may do, this was just an example I came across, it said to actually like pat and say, I bless you, I baptize you as Fortina. And I'm going to do this 3 times. I always like the significance of 3. I bless you, I baptize you as Fortina. I bless you, I baptize you as Fortina. Okay. And you can also do it, just adapt this to whatever works for you. So, I mean, if you want to call in a specific deity, if you want to, say, I bless you in the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, whatever works for you. Okay. So now this lodestone is Fortina. Okay, and we're going to place the lodestone here on the $100 bill. Okay. I'm going to take a moment to just set our intention and be very, very specific. What are you wanting? How much are you wanting? Okay. All right. So I'm setting my intention. My intention is that I want to receive at least $2,000 a month. I want to eventually double my income per month by the end of the year. Okay. So I'm being very specific with this. All right. So next thing, we're going to take our oil and we're going to pat the oil on every side of your stone. Okay, just make sure that it is pretty covered with the oil. Might want to massage it in. Okay. All right, so it's pretty covered in the oil. And now, since this is seen as a living being, a living entity, right, which it actually is, there is a life to stones, you're gonna need to feed, here it is, you're gonna need to feed your lodestone. Okay, so I have here gold magnetic sand. All right. There's different versions of this. Okay. Most of them do require the magnetic sand. And this was cheap. This was like $2. I know it doesn't seem like much, but you don't need a lot. Okay. You don't need a lot at all. Okay. But you are going to need to feed it, and there's other ways you can feed it. You can feed it with the dollar bills or the $100 bills. Okay. Bills, coins, right? Pictures of money that signify money. All right. You can just keep adding to it. Okay. But I am going to use the magnetic sand. And there's different versions, like I said. One version, and I'm going to go with this, said to place a little pinch of the magnetic sand every time you see any sort of results. So basically, you're putting the magnetic sand with gratitude. Thank you, Fortina, or whatever you've named your lodestone. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for bringing this to me. Okay, and you're going to want to keep feeding your lodestone daily every few days. Okay, if you don't feed it, it can die in a sense. Okay, but you can bring it back to life. Bring it back to life by cleansing it again and feeding it. Okay, giving it some more oil. And once your spell is done, once you've seen the results that you are going for, you can cleanse the stone again and reuse it for a different intention, a different purpose. Okay, so I'm going to just show you just a pinch of the sands. Okay, so I'm just taking a little teeny pinch. And I am going to thank Fortina. I have seen 2 orders from Fiverr, and I also got an order on my website. Thank you so much, Fortina. Thank you, thank you, thank you for these results. I have also received another client as well today, scheduled for counseling. Thank you so much, Fortina. I am feeding you. Please accept this offering. Okay, so as you can see, well, I don't know if you can see it. I can see that most of the, oh my goodness. I don't know if you can see that. Most of the sand does stay on there, okay? A little bit of it fell onto the $100, but most of it will be attracted to the stone. Okay, now you keep that on there as long as you are doing the spell. You keep that on there, but at the end of the spell, once you've seen the results, you can take off the sand. You can even reuse the sand if needed for another spell. Okay, and reuse the stone after cleansing. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to place my stone in this bowl. I'm gonna put it on my altar with the $100 underneath and feed it every day. Okay, and you can use, like I said, a pouch, carry it with you, put it in your pocket, and use it that way. All right, so that is how to use a lodestone. I hope that it was helpful. I also wish you luck in all of your magical endeavors.